The honourable member from Battle River Crowfoot.
Mr. Speaker, after 8 years of this NDP-Liberal coalition, Canadians cannot afford to eat. And forcing those who grow the food we need to pay the carbon tax is nonsensical policy. In fact, Vermeer's Dairy, a farm near Camrose, paid $1,700 in the carbon tax alone in December, and they expect that to double when the bill comes for this past January. And the Liberals will once again increase the carbon tax on April 1st. Can someone over there please stand up and admit that it's time to finally lower the cost of food by axing the tax so Canadians can afford to eat?
The Honourable Minister for Agriculture and Agri-Food.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Being a farmer and being a former dairy farmer, it's hard to imagine what farmers had to deal with. With Hurricane Fiona, farmers woke up, went out to their barn, the barn was destroyed, the cattle were killed. They killed the the cattle themselves. That is a great cost to the cost of food, Mr. Speaker. I'm so proud to be part of a government that has an environmental plan that will make sure that we will continue to work with farmers and to make sure they're able to deal with the climate issues that they have to deal with in this country. We have and will continue to support farmers.
The honourable member from King Vaughan.
Mr. Speaker, today's the birthday of Vishali, the founder of Sidam Food Bank, which serves 3.17 million meals per month and delivers groceries to 3,000 seniors. The carbon tax has made life and food unaffordable for our seniors. The carbon tax is not an environmental plan, it's a tax plan. That's right. The Lashi's birthday wish today is to donate to Sidam Food Bank so he can provide more food for our seniors. Will these Liberals support the motion to stop the April 1st increase of their costly carbon tax so seniors can afford to eat?
The Honourable Minister for Labour.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And let me emphasize once again that with this carbon plan, 8 out of 10 Canadian households do better than they would otherwise. So the question is, unless they revert to their platform commitment to the Aaron O'Toole Christmas wish book, where government will decide what they'll do with their money, what will they do with the cash that Canadians currently get, that seniors get every month, that seniors know that they can rely on, that they put towards food, that they put towards rent? Where will that money go, Mr. Speaker?
Hear, hear. The honourable member for Cumberland Colchester.
Mr. Speaker, 40% of Nova Scotians are struggling to pay their electricity bills. Rates have jumped 14% in the last 2 years, and Nova Scotians have to choose between heating and eating. After 8 long years, this Prime Minister is just not worth the cost. This NDP-Liberal government is going to make things worse on April 1st when their next tax hike comes into effect when they quadruple the carbon tax. Will this costly coalition show some common decency and cancel the tax hike so Nova Scotians can feed themselves, keep a roof over their heads, and keep the heat on?
Hear, hear. Hear. The Honourable Minister for Natural Resources.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The price on pollution is an affordability measure. The vast majority of Canadians receive more money through the carbon price than what they pay. Research from the University of Calgary shows that the Conservatives' plan to cut the carbon price will only benefit the richest 1% and hurt the other 99. While the Conservatives are fighting to give money to the rich and take money away from those who are most vulnerable, we are building a climate plan that addresses climate change in a manner that addresses...
If I could please ask all members to keep their comments to themselves. I've interrupted the minister. He still has 10 seconds on the clock. The honourable member from Cypress Hills Grasslands, I would ask him please to allow the minister to answer without interruption. The honourable minister has 10 seconds on the clock.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I was saying, we have the reverse Robin Hoods over here who want to take money out of the pockets of the most vulnerable in Canada and give it to the wealthy in a manner that actually has nothing.
The honourable member for Chicoutimi-Le-Fjord. Mr. Speaker, after 8 years of this government, people don't have enough money. Food banks were struggling over the holidays. And now we see the Bloc Québécois fully supporting Liberal policy, and they want to further increase the infamous carbon tax. There's a steep cost for voting for the Bloc Québécois because we know that the Bloc Québécois doesn't understand the reality of our regions. Will the Liberals come back to earth and support our common sense motion to not further increase the tax on April 1st? The Honourable Minister of the Environment and Climate Change. Mr. Speaker, I don't know how many times I've risen in this House to explain to members of the Conservative Party that the federal carbon price does not apply to Quebec. It's that simple. The government of Quebec has its own cap-and-trade system that's been in place for more than a decade, well before the federal program. So if the member has an issue with that in Quebec, he can call the Premier of Quebec, François Legault. I'll be happy to give him his number. Thank you.